Right. We will try this now. So, which means you need to do one thing here. What is that? You need to prove that del bar cross F bar is 0. Do you know what is del bar? I'll explain. Del bar is an operator. Del bar is basically an operator. An operator in this form. Del bar is basically an operator in this form. It is dou by dou x of I cap plus dou by dou y of j cap plus dou by dou z of k cap. Undoubtedly, all my students, what all the observations are correct. You can say that a force is conservative. Number one, it should be time independent. Number two, it should be central force also. Number three, for all values of x, y, z, it should be definable. And last but not the least, del bar cross F bar must be 0. That you will later on, you will see. Suppose if straight away a force is a constant force, don't ask, it's a conservative force. Uniform by magnitude as well as direction. Yes. Electrostatic force is a conservative force. Gravitational force is a conservative force. Magnetic force is not conservative. It is not conservative. It is not central force actually. Electrostatic force is a central force. Gravitational force is a central force. Spring force is also conservative. I repeat, spring force is also conservative. String is not conservative. Tension in a string is not conservative. Tension force in a string is not conservative force. Our muscle force is not conservative force. I think friction is not conservative force. Viscous force is not conservative force. Right. Chalo. What do you want? You questioned me that which of the following forces is a conservative force. Right. I need to check something like this. I think I have posted this in your group also. I'll check before I leave this premises. Suppose if I didn't post it, I'll forward it right now. See, let us take first C as my option because I see some comfort zone in this. See, you know how to do del bar cross F bar. Kada. You know how to do this. First, you take the I cap component. What is I cap component? 2 pi 2y of x square y minus, okay, you know, determinant of this matrix, dou by dou z of x z square. అన్న రవి చెప్పు వస్తా అంటున్నాడు. మధుకర్ దగ్గర కూడా ఆ కెమిస్ట్రీ ఆడికి పిల్లలకి పడతల్లా అక్కడ. తను చాలా మంచి అతను. మనం తీసుకున్నాం నీ దగ్గర, నువ్వు కూడా చూసావు. కరుణాకర్ కాదు, అతని పేరేదో ఉంది. నువ్వు కూడా చూసావు అతన్ని. అవునవును అవును. ఓకే, రేపు అక్కడ కూడా పంపిస్తాను. ఒకవేళ బాగానే ఉంది కాదు, నువ్వు నువ్వు నీకన్నా నువ్వు పర్లా, మనోడు మరీ సాధిస్తాం ఎక్కువ. ఉమ్, ఉమ్. సరే అయితే మనం నెమ్మదిగా వీడిది ఏమైందో కనుక్కో సార్, జయరాం ఏమైందో కనుక్కో. అవునవును, నాకు ఐడియా ఉంది నీది. సో జే క్యాప్ is dou by dou x of x square y minus dou by dou z of x y z. Similarly, k cap component is dou by dou x of x square y minus dou by dou అరే యార్ ఒక్క నిమిషం, dou by dou y of x y z అంతేనా? అక్క ఒక్క నిమిషం ప్లీజ్ ప్లీజ్. కే క్యాప్ అంటే డో బై డో ఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్. అర్థమైంది. ఓకే, డో బై డో ఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ స్క్వేర్ వై అని కరెక్టేనా? ఇదేనా చెప్తా అనుకుంది? ఒక్క నిమిషం ఆగండి. డో బై డో ఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ జెడ్ స్క్వేర్, కరెక్ట్. అలానే ఉండాలి పిల్లలు, యాక్టివ్గా ఉండాలి. ఎక్స్ జెడ్ స్క్వేర్ డో బై డో వై ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ వై జెడ్. Now we need to check whether it is zero or not. Which of the following forces is a conservative force? Array, we need to check 4 times like this. I'm just showing you one example. So now, in these problems, when they are lengthy, we will do mistakes a lot. What I do is, when I'm very confident in doing this problem, I don't want to miss this question. Because I am not aiming for 60 by 60. I want to definitely cross 30. If I do 7 or 8 questions, the 8 or 7 questions must be clean hit. So I'll check again. I cap component, dou by dou x, dou by dou y, x square y, correct. Dou by dou z, x z square, correct. Minus j cap component, dou by dou x, x square y, correct. Minus dou by dou z, xy, correct. Dou by dou z, xyz, correct. K cap component, just now we have done right. So finally, this is going to be I cap component. When we are doing partial differentiation, x term is a constant. This will become x square. And this will become 2xz minus j cap times 2xy minus xy plus k cap times z square minus xz. Undoubtedly, this is not there. Even first option I can say it is not 0. So since this is not equal to 0, C do not refer to conservative force. Likewise, I need to do this question how many times? 4 times. I'll just show you. But fortunately, I'll make use of all this. No, 1 minute. Since I'm using some technical part. Okay. The only thing what I will modify is, and now I'll take A. This is C. This is C. Now I'm taking option A. XYZ, X square Z, X square Y. XYZ, erase. You need to erase. क्या अरेस्ट करना है? एक्स वाई जेड इज फिक्स. हाँ, प्लीज हेल्प मी. एक्स स्क्वायर जेड, एक्स स्क्वायर वाई. थैंक यू. हाँ, फर्स्ट स्टेप. I think, any doubt? I think we need to change all these terms. You want bigger size? Right. Chalo. Now we will straight away go. Dou I cap. Dou by dou of x square y minus dou by dou z of x square z. Wow. First term 0. అలా చూస్తారంటే కరెక్టే కదా. అరే ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్ ఈ 0 only, no? Partial differentiation. Okay, yaar, hold on. Someone is looking seriously. What about other terms? J cap, dou by dou x of x square y, dou by dou z of x y z. Right. K cap term, dou by dou x of x square z, dou by dou y of x y z. Right. అరే ఫస్ట్ టర్మ్ తోటి ఏమైపోతులే కానీ we need to check all these terms. This is equal to 0 times I cap. Next, 2xy అవుతుంది ఇది. xy k cap times 2xz minus xz. నా బొంద జీరో, నా జీరో. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఏంట్రా, మీరేమో సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ చేశారు, నా చేత ఏమో ఫస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ చేయించారు. ఏ ఈజ్ రాంగ్. ఓకే, కానీ ఒరే ఇక్కడ పిల్లలు స్మార్ట్ గా చేశారు, సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ కరెక్ట్ అంటున్నారు. మీ పరిస్థితి ఏంటి? సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ కరెక్టా? రైట్. రైట్. ఓకే, ఫైన్. So now you need to check like this, by doing which you will get B as the answer for this. So basically what you need to do is del bar cross F bar. Okay. The assignment में one question is done. Next. Only on this model we will do 2 or 3. Let me just check other models also. Actually, that is also conservative force concept only. I'll take up this now. Yes, it's up to you now. Work on this. As I mentioned, this session must be two-way. You should also work, and I'll help you in working this. ఇంకేం జూమ్ చేయండి నేను. రైట్. ఈ మోడల్ వచ్చింది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్ లైక్ దిస్. F bar is equal to 3x square y I cap plus x cube j cap. And dr bar is equal to dx I cap plus dy j cap. So what is work? dw is F bar dr bar 3x square y dx plus x cube dy. అరే నాకు ఇది చూస్తూ ఉంటే ఒకలాగా రాసుకోవచ్చు అనిపిస్తుంది. ఎవరు చెప్తారో చూస్తాను ఫస్ట్. అరే మా బాయ్స్ చెప్తే గట్టిగా చెప్పండి రా, మీది వినేసి గర్ల్స్ చెప్పేస్తారు అక్కడ. కాదరా అనిక, నీకు అది చూస్తే ఏమైనా అనిపిస్తుందా? అరే వరుణ్ గా మన స్కూల్ బ్యాచ్ పరుగు తీస్తున్నారు మీరు. నోట్లో ఉన్న ఆన్సర్ చెప్పండి, ఏం పర్లా. అరే అక్కడే కనిపిస్తుందిరా నాకు ఆన్సర్. భావన ఏం చెప్పవా? నేను ఇదే అనుకున్నానంటే మాత్రం కొడతా. ఏ వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ప్రాబ్లం? What is your problem? That's a work. You want work to be defined from this interval to this interval. Okay. Now see, even this is a conservative force. Why this is a conservative force? No. I don't want to post any comment right now. Let me just answer this first. X is 0, Y is 0. From X is equal to 1, Y is equal to 1. So finally work is nothing but 1. Okay. Right. Now see, remember, in this case, the function depends only on the initial and final points, independent of the path. So there is a possibility that this is conservative. But let me check. Let me just work on this. Del bar cross F bar is 3x square y dou array 1 minute. Dou by dou x of I cap plus dou by dou y of j cap cross function 3x square y I cap plus x cube j cap. So by doing which I cap we'll do I cap cross j cap, that is k cap. K cap times dou by dou x of x cube minus j cap cross I cap. Actually j cap cross I cap is 3x square. I have done directly. The difference is 3x square dou y by dou y k cap. So finally this is a 3x square minus 3x square k cap, which is 0. So therefore, if you have identified this, this is a conservative force. Conservative force. My intention is not to solve this question. My intention is to explain much more in this question. Right. So therefore, in this case, 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. What is the work? What is the work? 1 only. Work is 1. There is no answer for this. Why 0? 0, 0. Here x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. You will get 1 minus 0 kada work. It is not a closed path kada. That is not a closed path. So actually, it should be along a closed path. Otherwise, there is no answer. It is not minus 9, maybe it is minus 1. Let me just check. No issues. For a closed path, this is 0. For a closed path, this is 0. Right. Next, F. Morning only I taught Tarnaka students. If it is xi cap plus yj cap, there is nothing to work. Why? If it is F proportional, F is a function of R bar, central force, conservative. But it is not like that. So therefore, I need to work on this again. So it is like F bar dot dr bar is minus k y I cap plus x j cap dot dx I cap plus dy j cap. This can be written as minus ky dx minus kx dy. అరే పోనీ ఇదన్నా చెప్పండి రా వరుణ్, దీన్ని ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు? మైనస్ కే నాకైతే కనిపిస్తుంది. నాకు దీని ఒకలా రాసుకోవచ్చు అని అనిపిస్తుంది. మీకేం అనిపించట్లేదా? అనిక ఎడ రాస్తా? వెరీ గుడ్. మైనస్ కే dxy. Right. It depends only on the initial and final points. It depends only on the initial and final points. So therefore, dw is minus k dxy, x into y. Now you do the integration, 0, 0 to a, a. So the total work in this case is minus k a square. Fortunately, we have an answer for this. For B, we have R. So B R, two cases are there. B R, two cases are there. Now I will take up D case. D is my most favorite case. I think Tarnaka students, you can answer D. How it looks like? Morning only I thought you. Central force. Write it like that. Yes, exactly. It is a central force. It is a central force. Right. It depends only on the actual initial and final points. And this is conservative also. Okay. Now you're asking, no, I'll just explain you how to do this. dw is f bar dot dr bar. K x dx by x square plus y square three by 2 plus ky dy by Okay. Now here, this is how you will have. Actually, this is a conservative force, and you are moving it along a circle, means path independent. It depends only on the initial and final points. Right. But you know, all the time you are taking this along a circular arc. All the time the force is radially outward. And all the time force is perpendicular to displacement. Why? F is a function of r bar means along the radius. And your displacement is always perpendicular. Perpendicular. So therefore, work done by this force is 0. Work done by this force is 0. Along a circular arc of radius r centered at the origin. So this function is always radially outward. And you are moving it from x is equal to 0, comma 0 to 0, comma a. So all the time this force does every element, this force does 0 work. So actually D should match with R. There is no other option for this. Right. Now, whereas C, it is a different thing. You know how, what is the direction of C? C, I'll explain. It is actually perpendicular to this. You may ask me, how do you know? Do the dot product. This will become 0. Which means this force is always directed like this. Because positive, it is like negative, 1 minute, negative x component, positive y component. So actually this direction is like this. Always perpendicular to this. Which means along the tangent. Magnitude is fixed. Magnitude is fixed. Why? Because you know you are moving along a circle. Right? So all the time it is perpendicular. Magnitude is constant from the data. So now how do I know? If you choose here, put x is equal to a, y is equal to 0. अरे यार 1 minute, एक गलती किया मैंने. 0, 0 to 0, a along a circular arc kada. 0, 0 to 0, 0 along a circular path of radius r in xy plane centered at origin in anti-clockwise direction. This is wrong actually. You are moving it from 0, 0 to 0, 0 along a circular path of radius r in xy plane centered at origin. How is it possible? समझ गया ना मेरा प्रॉब्लम. 0, 0 to 0, 0 centered at the origin. How is it possible? Maybe what I think is it is 0, 0 to 0, a. 0, 0 to 0, a. Right. Along a circular path, of radius 0, 0 to 0, a also not possible. A, 0 to 0, a. So therefore, at this point, what is the magnitude of the force? At x is equal to y is equal to 0, it is, you put simply a 1. Array root x square plus y square law, x you will have a, y you will have 0. So numerator a, denominator root a square. So a by a 1. The magnitude of the force is 1 Newton. With 1 Newton force, you are moving along a quarter circle. if it is moving along a quarter circle, 1 time pi r by 2 into k. Suppose if you are moving it from a comma 0 to ఇక్కడ ఉన్న దాని ప్రకారం చూస్తే full circle a comma 0 to a comma 0 for example. If it is a comma 0 to a comma 0, then the answer is a comma 0 to a comma 0. Where you started, there only you came. So with 1 Newton force, you moved along a path of 2 pi r. So therefore, in this case, 1 time 2 pi r k. So in that case, C, the answer is a P. And you have CP. Okay. And D ki S రావాలి అంటే PQ, there is no option S here. Print. There is no option here. Print లేదు. అది S ఎక్కడ ఉందిరా అక్కడ? S ఎక్కడ ఉంది? PQR R వచ్చింది అంటే ఇది S అయి ఉంటుంది. రైట్. సో D కి S కరెక్టే. రైట్. ఇంకా 2 pi r k దేనికో వచ్చింది. C కి కరెక్ట్ చెప్పాను, D కి చెప్పాను. A కి ఏం చెప్పాం? A కి we have done 1. 1 minus 1? 1. We should get 1. Minus k square కూడా కరెక్ట్ గానే వచ్చింది నాకు. మైనస్ k square ఎవరికి రావాలి? దీనికి రావాలి. B కి R. సో P కి R, C కి P, D కి S. కరెక్ట్. A కి Q రావాలి. ఒకసారి ఇది తప్పు ఎంట్రీ అయి ఉంటుంది. చూసారు కదా, నేను కరెక్షన్స్ చేస్తూ వచ్చాను దీనిలో. అంటే క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్లో కీ కరెక్షన్స్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత వచ్చిన అసైన్మెంట్ కాదు ఇది. ఒరిజినల్ పేపర్ తీసేసుకుని ఉంటారు. ఆ కీ కరెక్షన్స్ మనకి తెలియవు కదా తర్వాత. సో క్యూకి వచ్చేసేటప్పటికి 1 అవ్వాలి, అప్పుడు కరెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. చూడండి, అన్నీ నేను దేని మీద డిస్కస్ చేశా? సెంట్రల్ ఫోర్స్, కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్. మీకు ఇందులో ఏ స్టెప్ డౌట్ ఉన్నా నన్ను ఇప్పుడు అడగచ్చు. నాకు ఒకసారి చెప్పండి, ఏ అర్థమైంది అందరికీ? హ్యావ్ యూ ఆల్ అండర్స్టూడ్ ఏ? ఈజ్ ఏ కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఫోర్స్? హౌ? ఇనిషియల్ అండ్ ఫైనల్ పాయింట్స్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ విల్ డిపెండ్. Otherwise also del bar cross f bar is 0. Okay. Have you understood B? B is a simple question. B simple one only. What about C? I didn't do C first. I have done D first. D, I have identified that the force is radially outward. C, I have identified that the force is tangential to this part. So if you are moving along a circle, this force is always tangential. Whereas in the previous case, this force is always perpendicular. So if it is always perpendicular, that will give you 0 work. Now, what is the work done by tension force in a quarter circle? Tell me. 0. Because tension in rotation, if you have connected a string to the bob and you are rotating it in a horizontal plane, what is the work done by the tension in quarter circle or a half circle or 3/4 of a circle or full circle? You take whatever it is 0. Why? Tension is always perpendicular to the displacement. Got the point? Anything clarity required in this question? It's a good question actually. A very good question. Okay. So my focus is majorly on this central force concept. Actually, this question I have done in class. Now we will work again on this question. So I am focusing strictly on conservative force, because you are definitely going to get 1 or 2 questions on this. You are definitely going to get 1 or 2 questions on this. All is yours. అరే, ఇంత చెప్పినప్పుడు మీకు ఒక్క క్వశ్చన్ అన్నా చెయ్యండి రా. మీరు మళ్ళా నా వంకే చూస్తున్నారు. Is the force conservative? That first of all we need to check. Array, I'll do del only here. That is, I'm very comfortable in that. Is it conservative? I cap cross I cap 0, I cap cross j cap. Here it is dou by dou x of 2x minus y square. J cap, I cap cross j cap is k cap. J cap cross I cap is minus k cap. This is 2 minus 0 because dou by dou x has nothing to do with y square. 2 minus 0 k cap minus 0. This term is 0. Dou by dou y has nothing to do with x. This will become minus 2k cap. 0. Wow. Force is conservative. The moment I have the option of striking A, the same moment I will get the option of discarding B. Suppose if you don't want to do further, just leave it there. Why? At least you'll get 1 mark. See, your seniors, there is a question in more than one correct answer type question in the final IIT. In physics, there is one question where there is only one option correct for that. But usually when you are writing multi-correct answer type, what is that drives in your mind generally? At least 2 options will be there. So I am getting only one option and the next option is nearby. So both the students marked AB. They were supposed to get 122, they got 116. If they score 122, rank is 9,300. Because they marked it, their rank is 10,800. A difference of 1,000, literally. 2 students. So therefore, in multi-correct answer type, if you are not confident about the second option, third option, fourth option, nothing wrong, ignore it. But whatever is kind of confident, go for that. Right. The speed of a particle, okay, you said one more point. The particle has kinetic energy of 8/3 joule at point 2, 3. Okay. The speed of the particle as it reaches 1, 2 is. How do I know? How can I identify that 1, 2 and 2, 3? What is the purpose of giving those numbers? So for this purpose, F, minus dou U by dou R. That is the definition of conservative force. Otherwise, du is minus F bar dot dr bar. So now do the integration part. U final minus U initial is equal to minus of F bar dot dr bar minus 2x plus 2y dx plus 2x minus y square dy. Don't get confused. I am doing this very clearly. U final minus U initial is area minus SI rakdo. And limits also we will substitute later on, but let me run the show for a while. Minus 2x dx plus 2y dx plus 2x dy minus y square dy. So how to run this show? Okay, I still have further options. Minus 2x dx plus 2 times d of xy minus y square dy. Do the integration. Now, what are the 2 points? One is a 2 comma 3, the other is 1 comma 2. So x is equal to 2 to x is equal to 1. Y is equal to 3 to y is equal to 2. In this process, minus of minus 2x dx means x square by 2. 2 chal jayega, and by the way, you will get minus of please help me, x square 1 square minus 2 square. First term is done. We are 2 times dxy. Xy product final minus xy product initial. Final is 2, initial is 6. So 2 times 2 minus 6. Y square dy means 1 by 3 times y cube. Please help me here. 2 cube minus 3 cube. इसे क्या लेना देना है? You know U final minus U initial. They have given you K initial, they are asking you K final. How to find? Total energy is conserved. ఇక్కడ minus. So overall, this is 1 minus 4. Minus 3, minus of minus plus 3. As 2 minus 6. Minus 4. Minus 4 into 2. Minus 8. ఇది ఏదిరా 9 minus 9 కాదు 27 minus 8. అంతేగా ఇది 90 minus plus 19 by 3. So minus of minus 15 plus 19. Correct ఏనా రాసింది? 3 minus 8 minus 5 minus 5 into 3 minus 15 plus 19 by 3. ఒరే ఇంత చేస్తే మాకు వచ్చింది ఏందిరా అంటే minus 4 by 3 joules. Sir, why you have done all this nonsense? I'll explain. K initial, U initial is the same as K final plus U final. They have given K initial. You can see that. Hello. 8 by 3 joules. You want K final. Even అది సాడిస్ట్ కాదు, K final ఉండదు కదా, వెలాసిటీ అడుగుతున్నాడు. ముందు K final తెచ్చుకోనివ్వండి నాన్న. 8 by 3 is equal to K final plus U final minus U initial. 8 by 3 is K final minus 4 by 3. K final is 8 plus 4 by 3, 12 by 3, 4 towns. ఇదే కూడా అడిగాడు మిమ్మల్ని. హాఫ్ mv స్క్వేర్ మాస్ చడా 2 मैं బతికిపోయాడు. హాఫ్ ఇంటూ 2 into v square is 4. V is 2 meter per second. So the answer is 2 meters per second. C correct. I will have an opportunity to mark it like this. ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పండి. I just asked you a question. Honestly, you should answer. You know a formula related to this. Can you solve this question? You have some data related to total. What is law of conservation? Law of conservation of energy means Ke, total Ke, it is total Ke plus P is constant, K initial plus U initial is equal to K final plus U final. Will that make this problem? Can you conclude? Point number 1. Point number 2. Am I using anything new, brand new, that you don't know till this point of time? 2 questions. Do you have anything that right now which I have used here, which you don't know? ऐसा नहीं है ना? I have done with simple basics, but I am very strong in what concept to use at what point. So So how you will become like me? First, you should not compromise on learning. To practice. The moment you do like that, you will get all such openings. Any doubt in this? It's almost 5. I think some people need to leave. Right. Till 6? Right. Okay. Right. Next. Is this okay? But on the basis of the theory, what I have thought, you are supposed to do this problem by your own. We will try one more problem related to conservative force is our criteria now. Now you got a full clarity on conservative force, yes or no? Which method is better? Del bar cross F bar, or you want to prove it path independent? Let me just check. This is also a very good model actually. I am solving questions from your own assignment. ఇది అయిందా మీకు ఇవాళ ఈ మోడల్ ఏమన్నా రైట్ రైట్ ఆల్ ఈజ్ యువర్స్ don't see that I am solving only few questions in 1 hour. See the depth of the questions that I am taking. Any doubts? You should get answer 6 for this. See, I'll help you. Right. Any force like static friction, it does work. No, it doesn't work because there is no relative slipping. If it is kinetic friction, there is slipping. Start working on that point of view. 1 kg block A, 1 kg placed on a rough surface of block B of mass 3 kg. Fortunately, block B is placed on a smooth horizontal surface. So there is some point of time till friction is kinetic. So therefore, you do in your way, I will do this problem in one step. Trust me, I will do the problem in one step. And by the way, Abhais, don't question me. Sir, what happens before it falls from A onto the B? Please, B is sufficiently long. B is sufficiently long. Sir, ఈ లోపల పడిపోతే నేనున్నాను పట్టుకోవడానికి ఏ ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. B is sufficiently long. Right. Go ahead. అరే వరుణ్ ఒకసారి నుంచో నాకు కనిపించవు. ఓకే ఫైన్. అరే బాగానే ఉందరా, ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అండ్ డిఫికల్ట్గా అనిపిస్తున్నాయా? క్లారిటీ ఉందా వాయిస్లో? రైట్. ఓకే కూర్చో. అరే ఇలాంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇస్తే డిమోటివేట్ అని అవుతున్నారు. ఎంకరేజింగ్ అయినా ఉందా? Can anyone give me, don't solve this, just ఇప్పుడు నేను ప్రాబ్లం స్టార్ట్ చేయాలనుకోండి నేనేం చేస్తాను? టక్కని జంప్ అయిపోకూడదు కదా, ఓ ప్లానింగ్ ఉండాలి కదా ప్రాబ్లంకి. మీలో ఎవరైనా నాకు ఎలా ప్లాన్ చేస్తారు? ఈ ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది ఎలా ప్లాన్ చేస్తారో చెప్తారా నాకు? అదే డిఫరెన్స్ మీకు నాకు. అది చూడంగానే నాకు ప్లానింగ్ తెలిసిపోతుంది. మీకు అలా తెలుస్తుందో తెలియడం లేదా? అది కావాలి నాకు. అసలు మీరు ఎంత ఫార్చునేట్ తెలుసా ఈ క్వశ్చన్లో? వాడు నెట్వర్క్ డన్ బై ఫ్రిక్షన్ అడిగాడు. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. ఇప్పుడన్నా జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి. మీరేంటంటే నాకన్నా ముందు చేద్దామనో లేదా ఫాస్ట్గా చేద్దామనో చేస్తారు. తప్పు. ప్లానింగ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది? వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ హియర్? A, relatively A tends to move rightwards. So therefore, A will experience frictional force backwards. B obviously will experience a forward frictional force till some time. Thereafter, what happens is both will attain some common velocity, and thereafter there is no friction. Both will move together with that velocity. That is the first observation. Please try to understand here momentum is conserved because they are internal forces. So now please try to understand mass of A. Can you please help me in writing mass of A? Mass of A is 1 kg. Mass of B is 3 kg. What is the total momentum of the system initially? 1 into 8 plus 4 into 3 is the total momentum. What is the final? They will have common velocity. V common. 8 plus 12, 20. 20 by 4, 5 meter per second. Boys and girls, do you have any doubt related to this? This is the first step. How many have identified? This is the potentially good first step. You can do the problem in n number of ways. In that, sometimes you don't even require this step also. But this is I'm a lazy person, I told you earlier, lot of times. So what was the total energy initially? Total energy initially is half into 1 into 8 square plus half into 3 into 4 square. Arya, can you please help me? 64. And what is this? Arre bhaiya, 16 3 is 48. 48 plus 64. How much is that? The enter 112. 112 by 2, which is nothing but 56 joules. Total energy final is half into half into 1 plus 3, together 4 into 5 square. This is 50 joules. Okay. Work energy theorem. Is there any external force doing work? Work done by external force, work done by non-conservative force, work done by conservative force is a change in kinetic energy. Is there any external force? అరే ఏంట్రా అట్లా చూస్తారు నా ఇంకా ఉందా లేదా? అనిక అండ్ టీమ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఫోర్స్ ఏమైనా ఉందా? ఏం ఆలోచిస్తావు అనేక? నేను నువ్వు ఇద్దరు ఎవరూ దొయటలేదు ఆ బ్లాక్స్ ని ఇసిరు కొట్టి వదిలేసావు అంతే. నార్మల్ రియాక్షన్ డస్ జీరో వర్క్ పర్పెండిక్యులర్. So there is no external force. Non-conservative ఉందిగా ఫ్రిక్షన్. కన్జర్వేటివ్ నా బాంధం ఏమీ లేదు. కన్జర్వేటివ్ ఇక్కడ there is no conservative force. Gravity అని చూడకో. Gravity acts vertically downwards and you are moving rightwards and it does zero work. K final minus K initial. 50 minus 56 minus 6 joule. Work done by non-conservative force minus. అరే ఇది ఎవడరా చేసే వర్క్? ఫ్రిక్షన్. This is nothing but friction. Work done by friction. 6. ఓకే. ఇదే సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ మాస్ తెలిసింది అనుకోండి నాకు. సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ మాస్లో ఇంత లాస్ ఉంటుంది. ఇంత లాస్ ఉంటుంది సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ మాస్ ఫ్రేమ్లో. సో హాఫ్ ఇంటూ 1 into 3 by 4 into V relative square 4 square because 8 minus 4 4. ఇది పోయింది. ఇది ఎంత 16 16 కదా ఇది రిలేటివ్ 16 అరే 3/4 కొట్టేస్తే మీరు సినిమా చూసినట్టు చూసారు. 3/8 into 16 2 6. Do you see? But I did not solve like that. I have done this in the very fundamental. Right? Okay. So in your assignment, I have cleared 5 questions. You try to complete. We'll sit like this. We will work. But అరే కొంచెం స్పీడ్గా చేయబోతావో కదా. Right. You work at your own. I'll try to help you in solving some questions in this. Okay. So that's all. Okay, fine. Right, Ra. అనిక మీరంతా రేపు తెచ్చుకోవాలి ఇవి ప్రింట్అవుట్స్ తెచ్చుకోండి. రైట్.